All right, guys, let's go ahead and check out this compilation video. Here we go.
Don't think that all black men are bad partners in relationships. I don't think that switching to white men changes much. It's all about the personality, not the race. But I've seen so many black men fighting for their lives in these comments. And all I have to say, the best way to defend yourself is to just beat the allegations. Like, don't make a podcast. Don't go on like arguing with these women in the comments. Beat the allegations.
Allegations. What is she talking about? What allegations is she talking about? I mean, this is the nonsense that we got to go through in 2024. Okay, so she's basically trying to prove a point where, you know, a black man should beat the allegations of what black women are saying. Like, I'm trying to figure out what she's talking about here. Okay, not only is this condescending, I think it contradicts completely what she's trying to prove in this video. Okay, it seems like she's trying to bring some sort of unity between a black man and a black woman. If anything, it adds more division. Now, to be fair, I did check out her TikTok, and it does seem that she is married to a black man. So I don't know if the dude is just simply beta, you know, she's controlling, dictating the relationship, or she just simply misspoke. But that's a wild statement. Allegations? What are you talking about?
Okay, what world do we live in? We got this girl from AutoZone helping this guy put his wiper blades on. And then you got Wendy over here helping my guy put his battery in. I mean, are you serious right now?
I mean, listen, in today's political climate, you know, women want to prove so bad that they're better than men when it comes to pretty much everything. Okay, so hey, if Wendy wants to change my alternator or my battery, so be it. It is what it is. I mean, she signed up for the job. Okay, she applied for the job, went through the interview. She puts on that uniform every day to perform the duties, the responsibilities of the job. Who am I to get in the way of her performing her duty? All jokes put aside, if a woman is qualified for the job and she's able to do a good job, that's all that matters.
She doesn't even have to look at the bill when she's with me, because I'm gonna read it out loud. It's 180.
You're paying.
No, you're paying. No, you're paying.
I'm not paying.
Yes, you are.
Now that she's seeing the bill, reality is setting in.
This man goes, I think she is very beautiful. Before I met Grant, I already knew that I wanted to be with an honest man. And so before we got married, we vowed to be like hurtfully honest to each other. Like, I want you to be so honest that it hurts my feelings and I'll still be okay with it. This policy, this trust and honest policy has been working. We've been vibing. We're having a conversation. And I say to him, do you think she's pretty? What do you think I expect you to say, babes? The truth? This man goes, I think she is very beautiful. Do you want me to jump off a bridge? Is that what you're saying? So as much as you're thinking to yourself that you want a partner who's really, really honest to you, baby, if you want to eat, if you want to exist, if you want to have some type of self-esteem,
don't ask me questions that you already know the answer to, okay? If a woman is asking you if another woman looks pretty or beautiful, it's a trap, okay? Don't fall for it. 9 out of 10 times, they think that the woman is attractive, but they want to hear what you're going to say. And if you say that she's attractive, your girl, for whatever reason, is going to think that you find that girl more attractive than her.
Y'all be the same age as us, but like, you act like you 30.
And this is why I believe the taxi cab theory is real, because men do not think about their future until they want to. They are 26 and they think they're acting like a 26-year-old, and quite frankly, they're acting like a 21-year-old. And they just go on living life until all of a sudden they're like, one day, I want to be married and have children. And the next woman who comes along who happens to be attractive or mildly shows them attention.
You see, some of these modern women can't stand a man developing later on in life. You should have secured a guy in your prime. Now that a man is entering his prime, when he starts to get into his late 20s, 30s, and 40s, now you want to shame a man for living life. When you were getting flown out in your early 20s and getting your back blown out, we were struggling in the trenches, okay? We were being overlooked by women like yourself.
If he's kind, works hard, and doesn't cheat, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. That is just the absolute bare minimum of being in a relationship with someone. This is not exceptional. This is not extraordinary. It's also no longer enough. Just because these would qualify you as a good man does not in fact mean you are a good husband or a good partner. Because again, these are the bare necessities. You are not offering anything else outside of this. What do we need you for? What is the purpose of said relationship if this is all that you offer? If this is all you think is good enough? Because the thing is that good enough is no longer enough. Good enough is the things that women provide themselves. They no longer need or require these things of a man. You have to bring a lot more to the table than just these things. These don't automatically qualify you as a good person, as a good man, as a good husband. And this type of rhetoric is what keeps women in subpar relationships. Because, well, at least he doesn't cheat on me. At least he has a full-time job. At least he's not going out on me every night. At least he's not abusing me physically. This type of comment is a rare form of manipulation, if you will. Could be worse, so you better count your lucky stars that it's not. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side, and sometimes the other side is your own yard. Without a man trying to convince you that this is all you'll ever need.
She's so far gone at this point in time, there's no saving her, okay? I see 10 cats in her future.
If y'all ever want to cheat, save it under spam race. Don't say I ain't tell y'all.
Something is wrong with you people. What the hell has this world come to?
This might be controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners, if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender.
Here we go.
Because I don't want to raise one. I don't care. I don't care. I do not want to have a son. I don't want to raise one. I do not want to potentially raise someone's abuser. I don't want to potentially raise someone. In this society, I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that.
The overt misandry in your face. And there was a video that MTR did on Friday where he was saying that the feds were watching him. Okay, the feds hired an organization to look at the male space and pretty much rank certain content creators. And I believe MTR was second on the scale in regards to the most male extremists. And my first response to that was MTR is probably one of the most balanced individuals in the space. Okay, so it goes to show you that there's literal organizations that don't want men to have the truth, okay, to have information that is going to help them when it comes to male topics. Meanwhile, you have overt misandry in your face. Okay, nobody's policing when women are saying to delete male children.
It's worth having one.
Do you know how chronically online you have to be to have a take like this? People that literally walk past, drive past, and interact with hundreds of men on a daily will jump through enormous hoops to try to turn all men into some dangerous monolith. By your framework, you believe that a man's life is not worth the salt on the ground because of potentiality. What's next? You might as well say that we should get rid of all the boys and the men that are already here. You know what I mean? Because it's never too late to keep those animals from walking around. People like this love to pretend as if their argument is based on probability, when in reality, if it actually was, they would keep this same energy with women as a whole, or they just wouldn't make these nonsensical claims in the first place. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Imagine using the crime statistics to make the same exact argument for something like race. You literally have to completely ignore the majority of men, including the innovators, the role models, the protectors, the providers, the heroes, the fathers, the sons, and the innocents in order to rationalize these kinds of takes. People like this will continue to push the gender war, and then when you call them out on it, they'll say, well, I didn't make myself this way, and then they'll blame men and capitalism somehow, as if they don't have agency over their own actions. You have to go outside. Stop attempting to rationalize generalized hate, especially if you don't keep that same energy outside, especially if you don't keep that same energy to these people's faces, and especially if you don't keep that same energy with literally any other group.
As a man, there's going to be conditions on a woman loving you, okay? Not all women, but some of these women out here are going to only love you conditionally, okay? Based on what you do, what you can do for her, and what she can extract and extrapolate from the situation. And that's just the reality that we live in. And this is why following male content creators where you can get value from is so important, because it's really going to put things into perspective. A lot of these thoughts that you may have had on your own, you may have not even realized that other men have these thoughts as well. Some of these things that you can't even mention in conversation when it comes to your family members or coworkers and things of that nature, because you don't want society to judge you, okay? Because you're basically going against the grain, because society is basically saying that, yeah, you just need to fall in line and just do what we tell you, okay? Don't question anything. Deal with the misandry that's overtly in your face. And yeah, God forbid if you were to speak up or ask questions about it, yeah, you're going to be shamed for it. And that's just the society that we live in. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Go ahead and provide me some feedback. And until next time.